Hello Burchfield Penney, this is Jim Charlier. I'm checking in along with all the other artists to let you know how things are going in the time of COVID for this artist. Thanks for asking. I'm an art director, graphic designer. I spent my formative years in advertising agencies, but I'm currently celebrating my 20th year of business on my own. I'm self-employed and I work out of my home, so really not much has changed in my day-to-day work, only that there's less of it. Clients and prospects quickly ramped down projects and spending, and with it, my business has slowed. There's still some, but I'd love to be busier. I went to Buff State. I've never lived more than 2 miles from the school since I graduated. I started off in the fine arts department. After a while, it occurred to me that artists really don't have jobs with weekly salaries, paid vacations, health care, or even coworkers. So I switched to advertising and graphic design. So look where I am 35 years later. No weekly salary, no paid vacations, no paid health care, and no coworkers. I wouldn't have it any other way. I'll never work in a cubicle again. I've always considered myself an artist, though. The work I do that pays includes all sorts of projects over many mediums. I have designed ads, books, posters, direct marketing, annual reports, brochures, TV commercials, online graphics, product labels, videos, websites, and more logos than you can shake a mouse at. Name a marketing need, and I can fill it visually. I've also been involved with Garden Walk Buffalo and other area horticultural tourism efforts since 1996. I was a leader of Garden Walk Buffalo, the largest garden tour in the U.S., for 7 years. I also did all its marketing for the last 23. It now brings in between 60 and 70,000 visitors from around the U.S., Canada, and beyond each year, except this year. Between Garden Walk, AAA bus tours, and weekly tours in July, I get hundreds of people coming through my garden. This year, the garden is only open to the public on Thursdays in July, and it's kind of nice to have that break. The art I create for myself, free of client constraints, budgets, and opinions, is in my garden. Having been sequestered for months, it's allowed me time to work on another garden project. Past projects include a marble and granite scrap inlaid carpet I made in a patio, a vertical succulent garden hanging on the side of my house, a copper fountain I made with my high school level soldering skills, shaped to look like a coral bell plant, and a bed of coral bells. A Harry Potter garden I started with my daughter when she was younger. At 22, it holds little interest to her now. A homemade rain chain of terracotta pots, a raised bed potager garden, a couple of espaliers, birdhouses, and collections of glass flowers, metal art, rocks from around the world, and 7 homemade fountains. And what is probably Buffalo's most famous potting shed. The shed uses old attic windows, window boxes made of bifold louvered closet doors, lights made from terracotta pots, and a door that was in the garage when we moved in 2001. Even the inside walls are made from wooden fence pickets from an old picket fence that was taken down, painted with all those paints I've had stored in the basement from other projects for years. The sheds appeared on Visit Buffalo Niagara's Visitor's Guide cover, tourism ads, wall posters in Toronto, newspapers, local magazine, and it's even been covered in This Old House magazine. This year's COVID craft is an homage to artist Louise Nevelson. I call it a garden variety Louise Nevelson. I've always been attracted to her large-scale, flat black sculptures, and have long thought about creating my own. Much like the shed, the birdhouses, and other projects, I started with reusing and repurposing items. It has 2 fountains, a gnome, and a pink flamingo in a slimming black. And did I mention that I co-authored my own garden design book, Buffalo Style Gardens? Look for it in local stores. My favorite garden quote has always been, "Gardening is the slowest of the performing arts." And I've been known to say that visiting Garden Walk Buffalo is like having 400-some art installations to view. I've even had a garden blog called Art of Gardening since 2007. My wife is creative too. We display quilts from her grandmother, great-grandmother, and we use the quilts my wife has made too. This one, inspired by Joseph Elbers, is in the bedroom. I'm on the board of the Buffalo and Erie County Botanical Gardens and have been privy to the consternations and uncertainty of reopening. The when and the how. It's open now. Sign up online to go and visit. I'm also on the board of Gardens Buffalo Niagara, the organization that produces Garden Walk Buffalo, the East Side Garden Walk, the Buffalo Style Garden Art Sale, open gardens on Thursdays and Fridays in July, and we promote all the garden tours in the area. This year we've gone virtual with online featured gardens, pro interviews, garden provided photos and videos, short videos, talks with other green groups, front yard tours of neighborhoods, and more. It's not the same, but we're still sharing gardens. It's our mission, and it beats canceling and doing nothing at all. I'm also on Visit Buffalo Niagara's task force to reopen Buffalo tourism, with about 24 other attractions and industries affected by the pandemic, with representatives from the Martin House, hotels, the Erie County Fair, Shays, the Bisons, the Albright Knox, the Convention Center, and many more. We've gained so much traction in the last 10 years with the region's tourism with great positive coverage. I'm afraid it may be years before we get anywhere close to even where we were last summer. I don't want to leave you on a down note, so go outside, enjoy a garden or two. Maybe I'll even see you in my own garden gallery.